Hello, everybody. It's great to be here one more time today. My name is Gary Fowler. I'm the CEO, president, and founder of GSD Get Shit Done Venture Studios, a premier AI and quantum venture studio located in the heart of Silicon Valley. I'm a 17-time serial entrepreneur with several unicorns under the belt. I was on the original management team at Click Software, which was sold to Salesforce for $1.35 billion, and also Eva.ai. We believe at GSD that intellectual capacity evenly spread, but opportunities are not. GSD is my family office. We have GSD Reach, which is our PR group, and also our company doing development. We call it frontier techs, things like multi-agent, multimodal, large language models. So with that, I'd like to introduce our guest today and Top Global Startups. Top Global Startups is where we sit down with founders building the future at the intersection of technology, resilience, and scale. Today's episode is titled From Hacker to Startup Founder, Building Cyber Resilience in an AI-Driven World. And our guest truly lives that journey. I'm excited to welcome Gonçalo Gil, CEO and co-founder of ROOTKey. Before founding ROOTKey, Gonçalo was a world-class ethical hacker, ranked among the top hackers globally. Instead of just breaking systems, he decided to fix something bigger, how organizations survive after a cyber attack. Today, ROOTKey helps companies recover critical data and operation when things go wrong. Because in an AI-driven world, resilience matters as much as prevention. Gonçalo brings a rare combination of deep technical credibility and full-stack founder leadership, and he's also a mentor, speaker, and award-winning entrepreneur. So today, we're going to talk about the hacker mindset, cyber resilience versus cybersecurity, what AI changes for attackers and defenders, and what founders and enterprise need to get right before it's too late. So with that, I'd like to dive in. Gonçalo, how are you today? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Hi. Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Some problems in the internet, but yeah.
Okay, so question for you. So you're ranked among the top ethical hackers. What originally pulled you into hacking, and what did that teach you that most business leaders don't understand about security?
Good question. So I've started my career, let's say, in hacking when I was 14. I was an enthusiast on, exploring every single thing in the house when it came. If that thing could connect to the internet, I would explore it. I would use it, and I would try to hack into it. What hacking brought to me, one of the things that I could learn from hacking was the fact that everything we can use everything in such a broader way. And how can I say this? Everything has a purpose, as you can imagine, but you can also use everything to other things than what it should be. And that's what hacking is making something do what you want it to do instead of what it was made to do. And that really helped me build my company and build what we are building at ROOTKey, learning that everything is possible no matter what, and we can build everything. Doesn't matter how, but we can. And hacking helped me to build that mindset since I was 14 at the time. But yeah,
Wow,
I would say that was the biggest thing.
And does your company have revenue today?
Yeah, it does. We have several clients in Portugal. We are working with different industries at the moment. Energy company in Portugal, it's our client. One of the biggest telecom companies in Portugal, it's also our client. And now we are trying to expand into the US market to bring our solutions to companies in the US. Yeah.
No, I got that. We've been doing that a long time. I've been involved in bringing companies from all over the world. In fact, today at GSD, we have 180 companies, primarily outside of the U.S. that we're now called Silicon Valley, a port to the rest of the world. So we've been doing that a long time. I've been in your shoes many, many times, 17 times myself, from $0 revenue to $1.35 billion exits. Right. So I've sat in that seat. So, let's go down through from from a hacker to a founder. What was there a specific moment or breach you witnessed that made you say, this is a startup problem, not a technical one?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, me and my co-founder, we realized that giving me the right amount of money and the right amount of time, I would always find a way to hack into a company. Okay,
Did you
so it
enjoy it?
wasn't.
Gonzalo? Did you like hacking?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was my favorite thing to do. Yeah, I do. I do enjoyed my times in hacking. And it's a truly different feeling when you can break into someone's ecosystem, challenge the whole security team. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, we found that. I mean, we realized that giving us time and money, we could always figure some way to break into a company. So the problem wasn't uh, creating more layers between the attacker and the company. That doesn't make any sense. What we needed as a society and as an industry was create resiliency after something happens, because we have so many vectors of attack. Okay, it's not when people think about a hacker and attacks or cyber incidents, every single person it's thinks like, oh, they are talking about a criminal guy. But no, I mean, we are talking about employees with bad intentions. For example, clients that have some privileges in the company to access some files and they want to destroy something. And competition, for example. um, so
How often
given the
does that
fact that
happen, Gonzalo? Do you think
attacks and incidents.
how often do you think competitors try to break into systems? Is it frequently? Do competitors really do
Oh
that?
man, yeah. Yeah, I mean, hacking as a service, it's a thing. And once you go to the deep web, for example, and to start hacking, start paying and hiring hackers to do damage in companies, I mean, that's a whole market.
They do that?
As you can,
They hire
yeah,
them?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah, that's a thing.
unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Seriously, you know? Wow. And when you're on the dark web,
Sorry?
was it interesting on the dark web or not?
Ju- uh, Sorry, I couldn't understand. Sorry.
Yeah,
Can you
was it
repeat?
in I think we're having internet problems. I think I'm okay
Yeah,
here. Maybe there's some connection issue. Um, well, anyhow, people hear cybersecurity, Gonzalo, all the time, but ROOTKey
hmm
focus on cyber resilience. How do you explain the
yeah,
difference in simple terms, and why does that distinction matter now?
yeah, sure. That's a very important question to be answered. Cybersecurity basically is creating layers between the bad guy and the company. Okay, it's an onion effect. Okay, creating layers and layers and layers. The cyber resilience, we approach cyber resilience giving for certain that the company is going to be attacked and successfully. So we are there to enhance and empower the company to be able to recover all the information that was lost or stolen or damaged. So fully recoverability, and also the second biggest problem that you guys have once you suffer a cyber attack. Can you guess it? What it is?
Once you suffer a cyber attack,
Yeah,
is getting back up online and getting back and working again.
yeah. But that you can solve with our recoverability feature. But then you have another problem, that is validating the information that remained on the company. You have no idea if the attacker falsified information, changed some documents, some numbers, signatures, whatever.
Did they do that?
Yeah, yeah, that's very normal. For example, we have an instant with a project that we are working with, and the company only wanted to validate the banking information from the employees after the cyber incident, because attackers usually attack the database of banking, the banking information to change the reference to the banking accounts.
Yeah.
So the company pays the salaries to the attacker instead of the employees.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to validate if the information was changed or falsified or altered by the attacker. And we use blockchain to give that capability to the companies so they can trust the information that remained, recover the information that was lost, and don't die, basically. I mean, 60% of SMEs in Europe close doors within 6 months of data breach.
Well,
That's, I mean, can you imagine? I mean, you lose all the information of your business, and then what? What do you do? I mean, in 2026, businesses are data.
well, how often do you think it happens that those cyber attackers go in to hack somebody and somebody else said they figure out who it is and they go after them? Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what you are asking me is when that company goes after the criminal,
Yeah, like
is
after
it?
using the dark web to go after them, not using using the same strategy. Does that ever happen?
I mean, I know some cases of companies that do that. Okay, and companies that
Stop.
attack.
Maybe that would stop the hackers from coming after you. They knew you were coming after them, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have some companies that have an approach, some like war. That's like you are attacking me, so I'm going to attack you. You have some companies that do that, but
Does
it's
that
just like
work better or worse?
I think that's. I mean, I don't think that works as you expect it to. So what I mean is, usually you are not going to be able to compute what you have to be able to attack an attacker,
Got it.
because you can hire a group of
Yeah, but
criminals.
you would know how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I would, but if I was in the criminal shoes, I
Yeah,
would do it in with a ton of different verticals. And also, one of the things that people don't understand is like the most vulnerable part of a company, it's the employees. Okay, so if your IT security or head of IT, whatever, is publishing on social media the version or the serial number of the hardware that they are installing in the data center, that's a vulnerability. If
yeah,
I can hack into the email or whatever of the accountant, for example, that's also a vulnerability. So it's not always ransomwares or DDoS, whatever. It's also exploiting people and exploiting the employees and going through that way. But yeah, for example, for you to have an idea, most of criminals spend more than 200 days in the system after the before they are discovered. It's like they already
and what are they
messed up
doing?
all your backups.
Tyler, what are they doing?
Sorry?
What are they doing when they're in there?
It really depends. You can have criminals that steal information, criminals that are only there to manipulate and falsify information. You can have criminals that they are committing espionage, for example, to other countries. You
Wow.
have tons of different types of criminals. I mean, people stealing money, changing information on contracts, for example. You have several things, and it's going to depend the size of your company and the impact of your company.
Why would they change the stuff on contracts? For what? Just for fun?
No, for benefits, for example. So imagine you are in a lawsuit, for example. Um, you probably your opponent will benefit if some documents would be changed to their favor, for example.
Wow, amazing. So, AI is powering attackers just as much as defenders. From your perspective, what's fundamentally changed in the threat landscape over the last 12 to 24 months?
Yeah, man, so many things. One of the things that I used to say to people that wanted to start in the hacking world, I would always say that you have to be very resilient, because you are going to try different things, and they are not going to work. You used to have to be a very resilient person, and things take time. Attacking a company, it's not that easy. But now with AI, I mean, you can automate every single thing. You can have an AI attacking 24/7, trying different methods, exploring an asset, or um, and exploring, doing recognition on the scope, everything automatically and autonomously, and that makes the life of the criminal or the hacker, whatever, so much easier. It's like having a team of hackers in one prompt.
If you look at it, many companies still believe if we prevent breaches, we're fine. Why is that mindset increasingly dangerous?
I mean, yeah, preventing breaches are fine, but you have several different problems when it comes to that mindset. Um, you can prevent, but you can't have, you can prevent, but you can't be sure that they are not going to happen. That's first. And then once they do, the damage that they create is like, it's at a scale of the company survival. So you can't joke with that. I mean, it's like having a disease and you are like, okay, I have a 50% chance of surviving this disease. So I'm
Right.
not going to treat that. And it's like, because I have 50% of probability in my favor. It's like, if it was your health, you wouldn't joke about it. So why would you do it with your company? It's fun to see cybersecurity as a cost, because because the mindset is, I'm not going to be attacked. Why would they want my company? But the thing is, why would they want? Because several times, these small companies that suffer cyber attacks, they suffer cyber attacks because they. It's not because the attacker wants them. It's because they are vulnerable, so they are going to choose them because they are vulnerable. It's not because you are X, Y, and Z. It's because I know that you have a vulnerability, so I rather use that vulnerability to attack you instead of spending 4, 6, 7 months attacking a big corporation. So that mindset, it's old. It's cybersecurity, traditional cybersecurity. We are in the world of AI, autonomous hacking. I mean, using our brains as hackers with AI. It's like you create a compute power, with capacity that people don't imagine, and people don't see the extent of what a hacker can do. A hacker, I mean, and I'm using hacker as a word that doesn't imply that they are criminals. Okay, criminals are one thing, and hackers are another. But yeah, I mean, people have to you have to be thoughtful when you are planning your security, because one thing is your active security to avoid problems, but then when they happen, what would what do you have to do to survive the problem that you now have? Yeah, go ahead.
You're known as a hands-on full stack founder. What parts of the company did you personally obsess over early? The product, the architecture, customers, or trust?
I mean, we are a bootstrapped company, so we as a founders, I mean, we are two founders. We had to do everything. That's why the full stack founder. you have to do everything in the beginning, from marketing to cloud infrastructure to code, backend, front end, whatever, contracts for employees. You have to do it. That's it. While building trust in the market, while being recognized in the market, while uh, being invited to talk about your startup and what you are building. Because let let's be honest, it's really difficult to sell a new vertical in the industry that's cyber resilient that only works with critical information, even more difficult, and then also in a new company as a startup. So you have to do everything, and you have to really enjoy doing it, to be honest, because it's a tough time. But yeah, the full stack founder, it's a word that my team gave me throughout the times, and that's I'm really hands on, and you have to do, and you have to be when you have a startup and you are a founder.
When you talk to enterprises or fast growing startups, what's the biggest blind spot you consistently see when it comes to recovery and resilience?
The biggest blind side, I mean, I would say enterprises for now, they look at cyber resilience as a cost, as an interesting thing to have to show the stock market, but not to bring value to the company, and that really scares me, to be honest.
So,
I mean, we live in a digital world. Everything is digital at the moment. And go ahead. Sorry.
no, it's going to change, with especially with quantum computers. That's another level of complexity, right? We haven't even, you can
Yeah.
imagine when a system is 100 million times faster, which means what would take 10,000 years would take 200 seconds. These are real statistics from Google. So imagine that on top of the AI. So if you look at it, when you for founders building AI driven products today, what's one cyber resilience decision they should make before scaling, not after a crisis?
Yeah. Okay. That's a very good question. So two things, two verticals that they really must dive into. First thing, data validation. Okay. An AI without data validation, it's like mm, it's a car without a driver. You have to be able to validate your information and the information that you are using to feed the AI model. That's the first thing. Second thing is create a pipeline for um, saving in creating resiliency on the knowledge side of things. You want to as we all want to, we have memory. It's our resiliency when it comes to us as humans. The resiliency that we have on our information, our thoughts or memory, whatever. Our memory, it's our way to have thoughts that are resilient throughout time.
Yeah.
So with an AI, you have to do that as well. You have to create resiliency on the knowledge that the AI can generate from the valid data that you feed it. So I do truly think that we are going to work. ROOTKey is going to work in the resilience part of knowledge when it comes to AI, and also validating information before and after the AI consumes it to be able to guarantee that you are feeding the right data and the valid data, because you are going to see that in the future attackers are going to attack AI. Okay, and the best way to attack an AI model is to feed bad uh, bad data and data that it's falsified, and it's work to and it's and it was I mean um, uh, altered in a way to bring benefits to the criminal. So that's one of the things that I'm I'm really I think the world is going to see it's going to be attackers and hackers that attack AIs and AI models.
Fast forward 3 to 5 years. What does good cyber resilience look like in a world of autonomous systems, AI agents, and continuous attacks?
What does look like cyber resilience? Good
Yeah,
cyber resilience?
3 to 5 years from now.
Yeah, I would say every vertical in the company that is crucial for the business, the business to run, has to be cyber resilience. And it's not like forget about backups. Okay, that's not resiliency. Okay, that's copy and pasting. Okay, that doesn't mean anything when it comes to cyber resiliency. So the the perfection from 5 years from now, a company has to have a cyber resilience vertical in the company that is focused on creating resiliency on the verticals of critical impact in the company. With ROOTKey, I think we could be the go-to solution for, the go-to solution. But in a way to, if they suffer a cyber attack or a cyber incident or whatever, they can recover from it in a matter of seconds, in a matter of now. It's not like from a year from now or from a month from now. It's like you don't you can't tell that you suffered a cyber incident. You have to deal with that. You'll have to deal with that. Okay, but you don't suffer from it. I think that's the when cyber resilience comes to the perfection in the company. It's like when you don't feel that you suffered an incident, and you can operate um, without. I mean, you can operate even under an attack. For example, we are now approaching the defense. For example, defense and banking, and when the project that we are talking to work in the defense side of things, they are exactly to do this. You can't have a city without energy, for example, or water or clean water. You can't. And when we are talking about warfare, I mean, just for context, you can hack um, data, water treatment station, for example, or company that you hack the system and you now remotely tell the machine to dump into the water several chemical substances, for example, and now you have a whole city that it's drinking water that it's poisoned. It was
Yeah.
poisoned. Our biggest challenge when I'm saying our is like the whole society. It's going to be to mitigate the risk of having those type of crises during war. And when it comes to cyber resilience is when you are during war suffering a cyber attack in a cyber war, you have to have the capacity to guarantee that your your citizens don't suffer from it, and you can still operate without even under an attack. You can't have a whole city without light and without water, without internet, for example. It's like we are dependent from those three things.
No, you're right about that. So, closing thoughts. We're coming to the top of the show. So, and how do people get a hold of you? What's the best way to reach you?
Okay, I mean, I have I mean, I'm very active on LinkedIn, so feel free to send me a message from LinkedIn. I also have a website. I started last year, in the end of last year, where I tell some stories that happened to me in my adventure as a founder. And
Uh-huh.
it's goncalopedrogil.com. Um, and you can read some stories that some investor scams that I had to deal with, and creating a startup from a bathroom in the university. It's a bunch of stories that I've had to deal with. But yeah, LinkedIn, I would say that it's my main the main way to get to me.
Sounds great. Well, listen, I want to thank you for taking time in a busy schedule to join us today. Great having you. And thanks to all of you joining one more time. GST Presents Top Global Startups. My name is Gary Fowler, and I'm your host. Stay happy, stay safe, and stay healthy. And we'll be back to you again soon with another exciting edition. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
Gonçalo.
for the invitation. Thank you.